Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to episode 74 of your Impact Wrestling Save. We're on the road to TNA Genesis and our second of the 4 tapings. Hoping to carry on from Hard to Kill, and of course our first taping, we're looking to have a stellar show. So without further ado, let's crack right into this week's episode of Impact Wrestling on Axis TV. So 16 segments this week. We're hoping to, as always, gain popularity. That's always a good shout, but at the same time progress a lot of the storylines we have going on. So I decided to start the show with the trio, the tandem of EC3, Johnny Dango and Richard Holiday, who've obviously now joined forces, and they're just cutting a few words on last week's actions, where it was discovered that EC3 will now be our number 1 contender for the Impact World Championship. They basically berate Sami Callihan, just saying he's a thug, he should never represent the company, and then they go on to continue to berate Phoenix, just saying what kind of a guy can be the cornerstone of this company when he hides behind a mask. He's a fraudulent champion. So just these three getting some heel heat here. Johnny Dango with some kind of witty stuff, how a Johnny Dango character would be. If you've seen the Johnny Curtis Fandango stuff over the years. And it's a 51 promo to start the show. So not great, but you try to get a few acts over at the same time. So we'll take it. Opening contest of the evening. Probably could have main evented. Good matchup here, but All Ego Ethan Page picks up the win over Alex Shelley. 11.56 with a spinning facebuster. A 60 rated matchup here. Ethan Page with a 62 here, so a very good performance as he just continues this winning run of momentum. We then hype up Shelton Benjamin, just a little hype angle, obviously demonstrating his debut, then his in-ring action last week. That gained the 37, which also was the case of our knockouts match here, which was about to have a decent reaction from the crowd. With Subpar Wrestling, as Crazy Mary Dobson defeats Kiera Hogan in 8:17 with a split-legged moonsault. Just trying to get more depth in our women's division and more of them over. And Crazy Mary's one of those ones that is a work in progress. Kiera Hogan was off her game, so this maybe could have been a little bit better. But they're both still young and have a lot of room for growth. So overall, still happy. I believe that was a storytelling match of the night. I moved along and we had Richard Holiday in-ring action and a decent matchup. He defeated Heath in 7:45 with the market crash. This guy had a 55 performance from Richard Holiday as he picks up a victory here against the Vet. We then had him cut a promo on Sami Callihan. He just basically carries on from where he left off in the opening segment. Just basically says that he is everything that Sami Callihan is not. Sami Callihan is a thug. He just completes about violence. He's just completely just berates him. And in the case of Richard Holiday, he's just like, he's smart, he's educated, he's wealthy, and he's going to go and be a massive star. Something that Sami Callihan just couldn't quite be. So a 48 promo for that. Then we got a 57 promo, so the best promo of the night so far, and that is just a little comedy angle here we had with Matt Riddle and the Luchasaurus forming an alliance. Those two are basically going to be in a tag match coming up next as they'll face Violent by Design. So it's just like Luchasaurus just going like how old he is, etc. And Matt Riddle going like, bro, really? Because obviously he'll be like completely stoned out. He's not. So a 57 for that. Match itself was a very respectable 58. It was a good matchup that saw Matt Riddle and the Luchasaurus defeat Violent by Design, Eric Young and Joe Doring, in 11:58 when Matt Riddle pinned Eric Young. So a good win there for Riddle. He continues the fantastic winning run that he is on. And yeah, a pretty solid matchup there. The other talents pretty much on a level playing field in terms of in-ring performance. We move along and we got the Acclaim cutting some promo on the Good Brothers. I'm not even going to try and do a Max Caster rap, but we'll just say Impact Wrestling, the Acclaimed, have arrived. 45 for the promo. Matchup itself was a 52. Decent matchup. It was to give the Good Brothers a victory here as they win in 7:56 with Carl Anderson pinning Bones following a Magic Killer. You can see in terms of the in-ring performance, for some reason, Gallows is more over than Anderson, which is quite surprising. But Caster and Bones obviously still very much in a work in progress. Move along, we have some knockouts action. The champ Ronda Rousey wins a good match over Dash Chisako in 6:47 by pinfall. A 63 here. I think with Ronda Rousey it's very obvious we're putting her in with very talented athletes that maybe have decent psychology stats. They can carry a good match up with her and hope over time that can seek to improve. But she looked good out there. Happy with it. She continues to dominate in Impact Wrestling. We then have a promo from Thunder Rosa, and she basically says, you know, she never gives up. She was never pinned. She never tapped out. The ref stopped the match up against Ronda Rousey. She wants another opportunity where she can only, you know, where that's not going to be an effect of the matchup. It can only be pinfall or submission. Ronda Rousey just laughs and doesn't give her an answer, but it gives us our strongest promo of the night, which is a 68, so less pressure on our main event matchup. Another match had some good heat and decent wrestling that saw Roderick Strong defeat Crazy Steve in 9:14 with a Gibson driver, a 57. That's with Crazy Steve off his game. That's a very strong performance, no pun intended, by Roderick Strong with a 67. He really could be someone that could be a main event player here in Impact Wrestling, but a good start following his previous attack of Eddie Edwards. We then have a little celebration for Moose, just basically saying, still champion, still dominating, and I'm going to keep, you know, celebrating every week for the rest of my life because I'm going to be your television champion. Nice short promo, arrogant promo, 61, but who can knock Moose down to size? And our main event matchup for the night was a great heat in it. It had good wrestling. It was Jeff Hardy defeating Evil Uno in 13:25 a Swanton Bomb. A 60, very happy with that one. Jeff performs a 67 performance to the 47 from Evil Uno. And of course we have the usual angles for these type of shows. Ace Austin decides to beat the hell out of Jeff Hardy because why would I not go with a Jeff Hardy Ace Austin promo? Ace just knocks him down, beats him up, hits him with the fold. But why? We'll find out in another episode of Impact Wrestling. So a 65 overall, pretty standard show there. 60, increase their popularity in 55 regions, which is good progress on the road to trying to get to medium. So thanks for watching, very much appreciated. Let me know what you can anticipate in the card will be for Genesis and any predictions going forward. As I say, we're probably about 3 or 4 months in game away from medium size, and of course they're not in a financial position to increase our production values. But remember, as always, let me know how your own saves are getting on, how you finding TW as we're way over a year in its lifespan. Until next time, 2-1 Maxwell, I'll speak to you all soon. Bye bye.